Hey everybody, we got lots to do today, but first I want to, let's get some people in here. Let's build some time up. I'm going to take you outside for a second and show you how pretty it is today. Let me flip the thing around, if I can figure out how to do it. Let's see. There's the view this afternoon. As you can see, leaves are beginning to fall, and it's just a beautiful day, but I have been told that by tomorrow morning we got a cold front coming in and it's going to be fall. Isn't that something? It's going to be fall, and it's about time. Let me also flip around and let's show you my dogs. Yep, I got dogs. We're eat up with dogs. I might have to turn some light on for you because it's dark in their corner. Let's see how this goes. Chief. This is Chief. He's our big dog, and he is covered in hair. I hope you can see how much hair he's got. And this is Loki. He's our blue tick hound dog. He likes to bark a lot. Yep, Chief and Loki. Chief is just, I wish he'd stand up, but he has a hard time standing up on that floor. I haven't done my floors today, so I can show you a little bit about our newest tool. And our newest tool is, let me get where you can see it, is a little carpet sweeper. And it's got the Fly Lady name on it, and it's purple and makes us all happy. Anyway, I thought I would show you the rug that the dog likes to lay on. And it looks fairly clean. I think the paisley pattern has a whole lot to do with that. And we cleaned it on Tuesday, so it might not be real dirty, but there's other things in the floor. There's a leaf that they've tracked in, and some other things, but I want to show you how this thing works, and it might be awkward when it comes time to empty it, but I'm going to try. I might have to do it one-handed, but we'll see. Anyway, purple makes me happy too. So I've got our little sweeper, our carpet sweeper, and I'm just going to go back and forth on the rug with it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to go over here and see if I can get that leaf up. Yep, there it was. There's another piece of a leaf. Let's go get this dirty one. I'm doing this all one-handed. I really need Justin up here to help me. Okay. Now, we got that done. I'm going to sit down on the table and see if I can't flip this thing over and show you how to empty it. Now, it says push on those things, and I tried my best to figure out how to do that a while ago, and I finally figured it out. There's I mean, if you could see down in there, there is a lot of stuff. And it says push again. Look at there. I'm just going to dump it out on the floor so you can see how much we got out. And that's not even all of it. But we got this handy dandy little broom right here. See this little broom? And it will grab stuff. Look at there. I just can't get over how much stuff comes off. Just that much stuff comes off. See? That's how much I got off that rug. In 12 little pushes. Rug looks pretty good. But ain't that something? I am literally blown away. Let's see if I can get the rest of this stuff up. See if I can get it back in there. Sorry about making you dizzy. I apologize. I'm not real good at watching moving stuff either. Anyway, there you have it. Our handy dandy little carpet sweeper. I've been wanting one of these for a long time because I see them in restaurants. And, you know, they're effective little tools. See if I can turn this around. There we go. So I'm going to go back to my studio. I'm in the dark. And let's get started with our questions. So that was my little demonstration. I hope it helps a lot of you understand how fun this little tool is and efficient. I like efficient tools. How much is it? Somebody's going to have to post that. I think it's $25.95. But right now, we opened up the Fall 15 discount. So we have a coupon code that is for Fall 15. And we are, you can get a 15% discount on it right this minute. Okay. You all know the end of the month is, today's the 28th, tomorrow's the 20th, Saturday is the last day of the month. And Sunday, we start dealing with our paper clutter for real. Not just playing with it. We're going to be dealing with it for real. So that's our habit for October. Eliminating the paper clutter and stopping it from coming in our house. Now, with all the stuff that we've been doing here lately, my favorite shirt, my little denim shirt with my flag on the front of it, is getting too big, and I'm gonna have to find me another one. I don't know. I don't think I can take up a denim shirt, but denim shirt has always been part of my uniform. We all kind of need a little uniform, and I love displaying the flag and what it stands for, and it's important to me that we honor our country. And this weekend, I have just been enthralled with two books that I have read this weekend. And they're by Bill O'Reilly, and they're history books. And when we study our history, we can learn a lot of things. And when I was in school, I didn't have a history teacher that taught me about the American Revolution All we studied was the battles of the Civil War. The battles of the Civil War. Didn't really know much about why we fought the Civil War, but I have learned all of that right now. The promo code is fall15. So back to the history lesson. I was just so enthralled in these books because I didn't really know about our founding fathers. I knew that we had had a Civil War battle fought real close to where we live in Kings Mountain and in Cowpen, South Carolina. And, you know, those things, Revolutionary War, we fought to, you know, to free ourselves from the tyranny of England. We wanted to be our own country, and we were determined to do that. And it took a long time. First battles were fought in 1775 and went on through 1782. So I have learned a lot about the history of our country by reading that book. And then I wanted to take it one step further with all the stuff that happened during the Civil War. And we had a battle fought in the Civil War in the county I grew up in, which was in this book. The Battle of Island Number 10 was a battle that the South lost, and that it opened up the pathways, the river corridors, into the South for the Union armies. So studying these things, not that I didn't know a whole lot about this stuff, and it's important. It was 850,000 citizens of the United States died in this war. 850,000. That's just horrible. It's horrible. But learning about the Civil War, helps me to understand we don't ever want to go there again. We never want to go there again. It was terrible. Poor Southern boys were told they had to fight or spend time in prison, and the prisons were awful. They were forced to fight. It's worse than a draft. It was awful. So learning about these things, and there are counties around us that have Civil War monuments. So many families lost their loved ones, North and South too, both of them, lost loved ones who were buried in mass graves, and they never saw those loved ones again. So they erected monuments to their fallen. The North has it and the South has it. They have soldiers for their like sides that mark the death of those people with the names of the folks that died. So we wouldn't go into a cemetery and destroy headstones. That's my feeling. These are headstones to those fallen soldiers on both sides. So it breaks my heart. And I had family that fought in the Civil War on both sides. Robert had family in the Civil War on both sides. So here we are in North Carolina. I was from Tennessee. It's just, it was a difficult time in our history, and learning about these things will help us to not relive it. I mean, we hear gossip and fake news and all kinds of stuff that California wants to secede from the Union. That's horrid. We are one nation under God, conceived in liberty. So that's where I stand on the flag. I'm going to fly the flag I have one to go up on this wall right over here that is absolutely beautiful. It was made by a veteran. I can't wait to show it to you. Maybe I'll show it to you next week and I'll get it hung this week. But we got lots to talk about. We have paper clutter coming up on Sunday. We start dealing with paper clutter. It's just, paper clutter is we are drowning in paper clutter. Drowning. So let's start thinking about it. Let's start dealing with it. Not just thinking about it, but actually doing something about it. Because we are in fear that we're going to let something slip away from us. So we hold on to everything. I remember when I was 10 years old, we had Vacation Bible School, and we studied the Israelites. We studied the Israelites fleeing Egypt. And, Moses and Aaron and the travel for 40 years in the desert, around and round and round. So, it was really sad that they were disobedient and they kept having to travel and around. But one of the things I learned is that they were ready to go at a moment's notice. They got the word from God that they were to leave, and they left. That's what Passover is all about. Passover was about the death angel coming in and killing the firstborn out of the mouth of the Pharaoh. These people died. The firstborn of Egypt died, but the firstborn of Israel died too if they didn't have the blood over the lintel of the doorway. Getting rid of clutter is going to open up our pathways. Just open up our pathways. And clutter is holding us hostage. It is keeping us from being able to have people over. And I don't know what's going on my page, and it's my Fly Lady page, and I get to say what I feel. If you want to have your say, then build your own page. And whoever's complaining, it's my page, and Liz, just go ahead and ban them, because this is my page and it's my say-so. I help everyone for free, and I want you to know where I'm coming from. I have never, ever tried to hide who I am from you. I'm a conservative woman who has held political office in this county that I live in. And I have tried to serve my people, all people, red, yellow, black, and white. I don't care. All people. Because they need a say-so. Not just women and not just men. It's all of us. And, I do what I do because God anointed me to do this. I didn't know it for a long time. I never thought about this as a ministry, but now it is. And I accept that this is where God has put me to guide you and helping you to figure out what your passion is, because the devil is using your paper clutter to keep you held in bondage. Bondage. So you are a slave to your paper. And we're going to end that this month. We're going to get rid of all the paper that is standing in your way from you finding out what it is you're supposed to be when you grow up. I love you. I love you all. Even the ones that are fussing about my stand on things. Well, it is my page, and I can handle it any way I see fit. If you want to have an audience, then go build it. spent the last 17, 18 years of my life doing this. And I have loved every single minute of it. Every single minute. And I've never hid who I am. Fat, skinny, pimpledy face, you name it. You've seen it all. But I'm here to tell you, paper is standing in your way. And I want to help you get rid of it. So, let's read this question. This question is from Deb. And Deb says, this probably sounds like a nutty problem with folks dealing with horrible earthquakes, fire, raging hurricanes. It is minuscule. My paper issue is one of old family letters from relatives that have passed on. Some things my mom kept of her great cousins and aunts in Ireland and Scotland from the family back long ago. There are theological discussions of studies of C.S. Lewis, famous Christian authors. Anyway, they were some treasures my mom couldn't bear to throw away because of the family history and to remember the way they were handwritten. Every time I think I have to do something with the underbed storage boxes, I open them up and then close them back up because I'm afraid to get rid of them. I'm not sure exactly why. Anyhow, I am seeking your humble, objective opinion on how to toss, save, and relieve the guilt from whatever action you might suggest. Well, I'm not telling you to get rid of those things. Those are priceless treasures, but I am going to tell you how to deal with them. And some of the things I've done. I have had some old family pictures that were passed on to me from a first cousin from the Watson side of the family. I had Robert take pictures of them, and I went in to my Ancestry.com account and made those images and put labels on all the images of all the family. I knew who they were, and some of them were writings, and I put those images on those ancestors' pages. Now, it took me a weekend, but it was well worth it to share with all my ancestors, all my family and other people that are ancestors of these folks that we had these pictures of. And then I put a whole photo album made public on Facebook so they could all see it, and I tagged all my cousins in it. So taking these pictures, and my grandson found, and he's 14, he found an app that is absolutely amazing for scanning things. I haven't downloaded yet, and maybe Justin's listening and he can type the name in the chat. But it's a great app for scanning things. It's like it's like sending a fax, but you scan it and send it to yourself, and then you have a digital copy of it. But taking pictures is about the same way, and putting this stuff on Ancestry gives it to everybody, gives it to every single person that will ever be born in your future, because you're the holder of these keys to your past. And C.S. Lewis is one of my favorite authors. And if you haven't listened to the dramatization of the Screw Tape Letters, then do it. And you will understand what's going on with your paper clutter. It's a brilliant piece of work. It is brilliant. So, that's what I suggest you do with those boxes. But you don't have to do them all at one time. Just a little at a time. You get them in there, and I'll get Justin to post it. Somebody call Justin and tell him to post it. Anyway, I think that's a good solution to your problem. I get to find a check mark. There's my pen. I just washed my hair. That's why it looks the way it does. It's wet. Okay, next question. I still got a bunch, and then I got a bunch yesterday too. We can do every show this month on paper clutter. Okay, here, this is from Sherry. I give monthly to several charities and receive a monthly receipt for accumulated giving. I know at the end of the year, I will receive a total. Should I trash each monthly receipt and just wait for the end of the year totals? How many years should receipts be saved? Well, last week I gave you a link to Dave Ramsey's website on what paper clutter to save, and if Liz can find that and post that, it'd be good, because people are using it and they are getting rid of paper clutter and keeping what they need. Also, what about monthly telephone, utility, and insurance receipts? It's not so much, once it's cleared your bank and you have a bank record of it, you can get rid of it. Keeping receipts for taxable deductions, that's a different thing. Monthly telephone bills, I wouldn't keep those. Utility bills, unless you use your house as an expense on your income taxes, and all that stuff's probably going to change in the next few months with the new tax code they're working on. But you need to keep your insurance policies, your current policy. Keep your current policy. Get rid of last year's policy, because when you get the new one, it's in effect and the old one is no longer. So I got something stuck hitting me. Okay. Thank you for all your organizational instructions. I still have lots to do in hidden places, but I can walk through my home and smile. I love your do it now rule, and remember that rule when I am tempted to put something down until later. Good job. Good job, Sherry. If I use it, I put it away where it belongs. Thanks to you, I now try to think what I can take with me and put away when I go from room to room. Play a game with yourself. Every time, Pam and Peggy taught me this, every time you get to a doorway, look in your hand. What is in your hand? And are you walking out of the room like you're in the bathroom? Are you getting ready to walk out of the bathroom with your hairbrush in your hand? Or your toothbrush? So stop at the doorways and figure out if you're walking out of the room with something that belongs in the bathroom or someplace else. Okay, I hope Justin posted that. So just that little game. And sometimes you can play a reverse scavenger hunt. Now, this is a fun thing to do. Grab something that doesn't belong in the room you're in. So say you're in the kitchen and you find your toothbrush. Better not be, but you find your toothbrush in the kitchen. Take it to the bathroom. Put it where it belongs. Then look in the bathroom for something that doesn't belong there. And then maybe you need to put a load of laundry in and take a load of laundry to your basement, wherever you do your laundry. And then when you're down in the basement, grab something that needs to be put away and take and put that away. It's just one thing after another. You can do it for 15 minutes. And by the time you're through 15 minutes, your house is picked up and looking good. Justin said it was a paid app. So I'm going to download it when I get through here. So that's some fun things. I wouldn't, you could keep the monthly ones, but at the end of the year, we get receipts for a lot of things. But if you only give one time to these charities, then you might not get an end of the year receipt. So I would keep your receipts for charities. But go look at Dave Ramsey's website. He tells you what to keep and what not to keep. And he can make it easy on us. And that's what we want, easy. Okay, next question. Wow, 30 minutes sure does go by fast. This is from Sonia. Thank you so much for all you do. I don't feel alone with my housekeeping struggles. And I especially felt encouraged as last week was about payroll flybabies. Anyways, here's my question. What is a good method to keep track of receipts? Some I need to keep and some I need to shred. But what ends up happening is it becomes a big pile or piles, oh yeah. And I don't seem to ever sort them until I have to hunt for something. Okay. Well, Sonia is from Toronto. Here is a tip I learned from a friend of mine many years ago. This is brilliant. You know those full notebooks you got that kids used in school and they just haven't thrown away yet? Little children love to do this. You get a thing of Scotch tape. And when you clean out your purse on Fridays, Friday is our clean out our purse day. Remember that. Friday is clean out our purse because we have a lot of paper clutter in our purse, especially if you've been traveling. We stick receipts in there left and right. So get a notebook, a spiral bound notebook, and take a big marker and mark it 2017 on the front of it. And this can be your place to tape those receipts. Children love to do. And if you do it every week, they're going to be in chronological order through this book. And when you fill that one up, front and back of the pages, then go to the next one. They don't have to be sorted together. They just kind of have to be by the month. If you can fill up a book in a month, then so be it. But start filling. You can find it in there sometime. And as they're getting put in the book, if they're tax deductible receipts for travel and spending money when you're traveling for business and that sort of thing, then highlight them in hot pink or something so that you know, have a color code for them. And then you will have them right there. And you'll not be piling up stuff anymore. You know, we are more, there's essays written about pilers and filers. And then there's the procrastinators. And the procrastinators tend to pile instead of file. And just taping these things in a book is fun. Kids like to do it. It teaches them dexterity. You'll be happy. Okay. Let me mark this one off. We like to mark things off. Okay. Next question. My hands are dry. Yeah, Leanne, I know you're a piler. Okay. This question is from Margaret. My husband and I have medical bills that date back to 1980. Well, that's before we had computers. I plan on shredding paid medical bills and proof of insurance payments. I also have some medical reports and test reports that were done back then by various doctors. Is there a way to approach my husband to let the paid insurance explanation be shredded? He thinks stuff is important to be done around the house, and they are in bankers' boxes. Thanks for being the voice in my head. Well, I have a booklet. Right now it's at my doctor's office because I wanted her to see the medical things, that DNA testing and other things that I'd had done, and she didn't know about my past health. But it was reports about my health, not medical stuff, not bills. The stuff from back in the 1980s, I'm just shaking my head. You don't need to keep that stuff, especially if it's been paid. If it hadn't been paid, you'd have been shipped off to debtor's prison by now. It's done. It's over with. Be done. Now, for current medical bills and things insurance is being paid and that sort of thing, get an office in a bag. Put some sheet protectors in it because you're going to get multiple bills for the same thing. And you just need to file them right behind each other in this sheet protector. And then when you finally get the statement from the insurance that it's paid, mark it paid and move it to the back. Because those things, the percentage that you have to pay is deductible right now, but it might not be for long. You just can't keep that stuff. For 1980, 90, that's 10 years, 20 years, 37 years of holding on to stuff that's been paid. Get rid of it. Have a bonfire, but check with your local fire regs because we've got a burn order going in right now. There is no sense in holding on to this stuff. The report, if you had a DNA report, but our health changes. I mean, I had a blood test run 3 months ago, and in 2 more months, I'm going to have more blood work done. It'll be totally different because I am learning a new way to live. Well, I already knew it, but I was ignoring it, which is a whole different idea. Hey, Leanne, turn your phone sideways and I'll get you on here with me. Turn your phone so I get a little green thing on it and I'll call you on board with me. And we can talk about some other things we can get rid of, like cookbooks and recipes. Yes, you heard me right. I know you've got drawers and cabinets full of recipes. I know you do. That you've cut out of magazines, all this stuff. And now we have a new thing on our phone. If you have an iPhone, it's got a file section. You can set up a recipe file and take pictures of this stuff and just stick it in that file. Digital clutter is not clutter. Do you hear me? Digital clutter is not clutter. Because it can be deleted and it can go into Never Never Land. A few months ago, well, about a month ago, I went into my pictures and got rid of so many pictures. I had my camera set on 3 pictures at a time, and that eats up some storage. I got rid of 80 gigs of pictures. Just by sitting, it's like knitting. Just like knitting. Okay. That handled that one. Okay. We're getting good here. Now, if you listen to me, just pull a drawer out of your desk and let's start dealing with that stuff. You got it? Come on, Leanne, turn your phone landscape style and I'll get you on here with me. We'll do split screen. Trying to make this work. You might have to log out and log back in. But you got to have your phone sideways for it to work. Okay. I got 3 questions here. Let's see what we got. I do not knit or crochet. I do know how to knit and I know how to crochet, but it is not my thing. On your phone. Yes, on your phone. You got to have the phone looking at you and you got to turn it landscape style. Okay, but I did quilt. And I thought I wanted to be a quilter. I had a great high school teacher that is an amazing quilter. But I thought I wanted to be like her, but it wasn't my thing. I liked designing the quilts. And I eventually put 2 quilts together and ended up giving them away to a lady who made quilts for foster children. So they always had something wonderful to cover up with that was theirs. Okay, so this question is from Lind. This is not really paper clutter, but a question I have had, and it pertains to my desk. Photo organizations. I have thousands of photos in Google Photos. How do I pick which ones to keep, and do I print for everyone to flip through? What do I do? Well, photos, if they're in Google, you're not going to lose them. I have my photos in my iPhone, and I have paid for iPhone storage. And with iPhone storage, it's cheap, and then I never lose anything. Having your pictures where you can have access to them is one thing. There are picture apps that you can get that will print your pictures, the first 1,000 free, but I don't know about making more clutter. I don't want to tell you to do that. But you could print photo pages and do lots of fun things for your kids. One of the best things my mother did as a mother is she put our photos into personal photo albums, and when we went away, we got we really didn't get them till after she died, but she had made a photo album for each of us, like a scrapbook. All my report cards are in there. That's really weird to look at. Everything that pertained to our whole growing up was in this book. And it's good to look at, but it's not everything. It's really not everything. So Facebook is going to be our archive. I guarantee it one day. Facebook is done everything, so it's going to be doing away with photo albums, all kinds of things. But if you want to keep some stuff for your family, then just print out a few things at a time. Trying to figure out what this paper is doing with my lighting. Okay, there we go. This is from Charlene. I'm leery of free things because sometimes they just go away, because Google is bad. When something is free, they get rid of it. Like Google Desktop Anchor on the side. Broke my heart when they quit supporting that, but I still use it every day. I won't change computers either because I love looking at my pictures. Okay, how long do you keep paper receipts after you pay a bill? Well, my husband doesn't keep them at all, because if he's paid a bill, he's paid it online, and there's a receipt in our bank because it's automatically gotten to them. And it's just how it is. If you don't pay them online, I'd put them in a paid bill file, and then at the end of 3 years, going on the 4th year, I'd get rid of them. But you don't have to keep them. If you've got a check, then you're good. You have a check. Unless you're deducting them for an office in your home, which is a red flag to the IRS if you do that. Okay. Next question. This is from Amy. I just don't know where to begin and what to keep and what to toss. Y'all are worrying about too much stuff. You're scared that somebody's going to get your identity. Where do I begin? You just pick one drawer. And I would get 3 banker's boxes and empty your desk out. 3 of them. And mark them left, right, and center. And empty the top of your desk first, and then sort through all that stuff. Put your bills that need to be paid in your office in a bag, and then put the bills that are paid in a folder that you mark paid bills, and they don't have to be sorted and filed in any make or manner. Just put it in a file marked paid 2017. And that's where you start. Your desk, if it's in your bedroom, then think about moving it out of your bedroom, because it's keeping you from getting sleep at night. And I don't like anything that keeps you from getting sleep. Okay. Next. This is from Bobby. Bobby says, first of all, thank you very much for all you do. I'm just beginning again with your program. Isn't that the truth? People start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. And we've made it easier for you to get back on our list. All you got to do is go to the join page on our home page, click join, get our emails, and do it. Because not everything goes on Facebook. Yes, I do Facebook Live once a week, but I also, for people who aren't on Facebook, put it on my website and I put it on YouTube. And I want to help people. So, and I'm already noticing the difference in my home. It's not where I want it to be yet, but I know if I keep building on my habits, it will get there. My question today is about school worksheets and artwork, etc., that my children bring home from school every day. Oh, this is a fun one. I already have a special folder for each of my children where I keep items I love most, but my kids get upset when they find I've thrown away their work from school. I completely understand. They've worked very hard on those math sheets, art projects, and whatnot, but there is no way I can keep everything. So here, okay, this is from Bobby, and she's from Mississippi. What I want you to do is get an inbox or a box or something that is marked for this week's work that they've brought in, and at the end of the week, maybe Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, whatever you need, then let them go through and pick out their favorite thing of the week. Now, it's their favorite thing, not yours. It's their favorite thing. Then you give them a manila envelope and you teach them how to address that envelope to their grandparents, aunts and uncles, different people, and spend a few cents and put that puppy in the mail. It gets it out of your house. Your children have decided who's going to get what. And they're sharing their life with family members that they care about that don't live close to them. And then next week, when they do the same thing, you put their favorite piece in a sheet protector in their scrapbook. And then after 52 weeks, you got a whole year's worth of stuff that is their favorite things. It's a notebook with 26 pages in it. Sheet protectors. It's a great way to keep up with things. And you not be in charge, and you got to teach them how to let it go. And you do that by blessing others with their stuff. And it gets it out of your house. You may have to declutter it when mom and dad are gone. But that's okay. You can do it then, because it won't be heart-wrenching to the kids. Leanne, wherever Leanne is, her kids used to have one box, one Rubbermaid tub for their stuff. So you can do this. Okay, let's see. I got one more question on this page. How do you organize papers for your taxes throughout the year so that they are ready at the end of the year? Medical receipts, donations, mileage. Well, you got to write the mileage down, and there's an app for this wonderful thing called Mileage IQ, I think, that'll keep up with every trip you take, everything, if you have your phone with you. And donations, medical receipts. If you have a lot of medical bills, put them in an office in a bag so all of that's together and you have it all in one place. Donations, those are charitable deductions a lot of times when you donate stuff, and there are certain things for that. Check Dave Ramsey's page, and you will love what he has to say on this. And put everything that's paid in a folder that's marked paid bills. For if you want to do it by the month, I learned how to do this by the month, but if it's just for 2017, just put things in there. And then at the end of the year, it's all in there somewhere. If you need to search for something, it's all in that folder somewhere. I'm so bad at getting everything together to do my tax return. Well, I hope they make it easier on us, so all we have to do is fill out a postcard. Wouldn't that be wonderful? My taxes are this thick. Robert does some investing and some different things. It's a nightmare. I used to do them all by myself, but I can't anymore. And that's okay, but maybe it'll get better. Okay, I get to give this a check mark. I get 2 check marks. You like to check stuff off a list? It makes it fun, doesn't it? Haven't seen Leanne back on here. Okay. Keep those questions coming, because we got 4 weeks of doing nothing but paper clutter. We're going to get to the bottom of this paper clutter. You know, when you come in the door, I want you to invest in a shredder too. If you don't have a shredder or you don't have a fireplace, here comes a cat. He's going to try to jump in my lap. I hope not, because it'll startle me. A shredder, a fire pit, I mean, wow. A fire pit is a great answer. Build a fire pit. And then you can burn a few things at a time. You start out with the little paper, you put some sticks on top, and bam, you got a fire. It's destroyed these papers that nobody can steal from you now, because they're just ash. I was wondering how long I need to keep paperwork, such as tax returns, insurance documents, paperwork. Go to DaveRamsey.com and check out his stuff. He tells you everything you need to keep. Insurance forms, they kind of need to go in your emergency control journal, because if you have to leave your house in emergency, you need to know what your insurance is going to cover. Documents on the sale of your house and stuff, that's a whole different thing. So scanning them and storing them digitally is great, but you got to title them, and it takes time to do all that. So if you're lacking a little time, then you might not get to it. That procrastination thing bites us once again. So, okay. Get rid of most stuff you don't need. You just don't need it. And we're scared to let it go. I just think we should have bonfires. Bonfires are good. Okay, I think that's all the questions I have right here. These have all been checked off. Okie dokie. That's good. That's good. I'm just telling you, we are really getting it today. All this paper done. I am really proud of all the questions, and I can't see Leanne. Where is my Leanne? I'm looking hard. I'm looking cross-eyed too. Anyway, maybe Leanne and I can do a show together next week, or maybe Monday. We'll see. But go check out Leanne's blog on our homepage. I know you're trying. There's been a new update on Facebook today. But you don't have, let me see if I can click on you. No, I can't click on you, and you're not showing up like you can, that your phone is turned sideways. And I don't know why, but there was a new update on our iPhones today. A little one from last week, but we'll figure it out. We'll try to do it Monday or Tuesday. But go look at her blog post on a homepage of our website. And it really wasn't her blog post, but it was about me and her. And she had me doing some weird stuff this past weekend, but you got to go listen to it, because it is an amazing tool Number one, to help you get rid of some of those recipes you're holding on to, it's called Dinner Answers. And the link is in that blog post on our website. Leanne, post the link if you can, or Liz, post the link. But it's important because, you know, we're spending a lot of money, a whole lot of money on feeding our families. We really are. And because we're not feeding them from home. We're feeding them on the road. And when you are, as Leanne used to say many years ago, when you drive through those golden arches and toss those burgers in the back seat, that's no way to feed your family. And we're doing it. We're burning up the phones, dialing for takeout. It's time to stop. I made the most amazing dish night before last. I mean, and I didn't have a recipe at all. But I had bacon, and I had onions, I had some cream cheese, I had some mushrooms, I had some chicken thighs. Robert calls them chicken thighs. And I was able to make an amazing meal with those things and some Parmesan cheese. And I had it for lunch today. I had the leftovers for lunch. It's probably why my voice is a little scratchy, because it had cream cheese in it. But it was totally low carb. Every last bit of it was low carb. And rich and tasty. And it was just really good. And it didn't take me that long to cook it. I put it together. Oh, it had broccoli in it too. Wow. Veggies, chicken, protein. I mean, everything's better with bacon in it. So there you go. What are you having for dinner tonight? The best way to save money, and you know, we're all going to be getting those insurance bills coming in October, like we did last year. Blew us all away with those prices that we were getting. The only way we can save money is to feed our family. Let's see if Leanne's, when I turn the phone, nothing happens. Ugh. Well, I'll have to get her on here with me after a while, and we'll figure this out. You got to have it looking at you, and you got to turn it towards you, and you got to make the camera look at you, and it's got to be this way. That's all I know, but it works. A lot of people have gotten green things on by their name as I'm going through. She did it. Oh wow, let me see if I can get her on here. Okay, pin, like, invite to a podcast. Yay, I'm inviting her. Green. We've never done this before. I've done it with other people, but never done. She's connecting. Yay.
Oh, it's kind of fuzzy. Look at
Wait.
me.
I can't hear you. That's the problem. Hold on.
Okay, hold on.
Let me hold it just a second. I got to change.
There I am. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Now I can hear you too.
Yay!
We did it.
Look at us. Yeah, this is so much fun.
Long time ago, we did
How do you like that?
did shows together.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
This is a riot.
Your screen.
My camera lenses are kind of messy.
Yeah, I think you're kind of hazy. But that's real good.
You know what? Maybe I should take the film off.
Hold
on. Oh, yeah, that's right. Didn't they used to put Vaseline on the lens?
My sister,
Doris Day style.
My sister took a picture of me when I was like 25, I think, and she took a piece of glass and smeared Vaseline around the circle of it, and then took a picture of me. Oh, I look like a movie star.
Hilarious. Yeah. Oh, that's a riot. I'm trying to hold this. I know I'm going kind of crazy. Hold on. Let me see if I got a Kleenex box. Look at this. Oh, look at me. I'm so professional. Now all I got to do is figure out how to hold it back. You see, is that working?
Yes.
Sort of. Better,
Yeah.
right?
I have a
Yes.
stand that I put mine on, and you can get these little gooseneck things you can put your phone in. Mine won't hold my phone with my case on it. So I have to take the top part of my case on so it will hold it. But that looks good.
I get it.
That looks good.
I'm trying. I'm supposed to hold it up because it makes you look younger.
I think, just kind of looking down at you at a slight angle is good. And, how we learned how to take pictures from our professional photographer, stick that neck out.
Stick the neck out, right? We don't want double chin.
She called it turkey
That's
neck
great.
or something. Turtle neck.
Yeah, I know, and I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Leslie Boehm in LA. She's the best photographer.
She's the one that made some really good pictures of us.
She
So
did.
tell us about dinner answers.
Well, you know what? I've got to get your link. I got to figure out how to get your link. But yeah, we have a link for you, and maybe we can connect that and put that. You can edit, right? You can edit your.
Well, she just has to go. They just have to go to the blog post on my website, and the link is right there. Your blog
There you
post
go.
on
Yeah.
our website. You can go grab it from there too. Somebody could.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that would really be helpful. Oh, there it is. Look, I see it.
good.
Oh. Yeah, Flylate is there. Somebody, you've got somebody working in the
Oh,
background
I got
putting up
lots of
links.
people there. I got Kathy.
It's probably Kathy. Hi, Kathy.
And Michelle and
Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Hi, guys.
Patty and Liz and everybody's there. And fielding questions and getting things done. We're all about teamwork today.
That's got to do it.
Got to do it. Yep. So tell us about this new product of yours.
Well, I love this. It's dinner answers, and the whole idea behind it is that it's answers the question, what's for dinner? And especially when you're trying to do like what you are doing right now with an anti-inflammatory diet, which I can't, every time I look at you, I just go, look at you. I accidentally, I accidentally looked at your August 29th Facebook Live when I was trying to get on here, and I went, no, that's not her. You look so much different from even August 29th.
The haircut helped.
No, it was your face, honey. It's your face. It's anti-inflammatory stuff does amazing thing. Our whole body cools off, and we just magically, the weight just slips off like nobody's business, and that's what you're doing. So dinner answers the question, regardless of how you eat, gives you the plan that you want that's customized for your family because you choose it. And then it pushes this is my favorite part. It pushes the shopping list right to your phone. So you can ask your spouse to go shopping for you, which is a cool thing. And because, one of my pet peeves is that we think that dinner is a one-woman show. It's not. The whole family needs to get fed. So bring the kids into the kitchen, teach them how to cook, teach them how to clean up, set a table, get somebody else to do the grocery shopping, and then we all do it together. It's a family thing. So that's part of the thing.
I heard the other day that they have some college courses called adulting, where these children who haven't been taught how to sit down with a place setting of forks and knives and spoons, how to eat a meal.
Isn't that sad?
It's just sad. It's just so sad.
Well, it doesn't need to be like that. And you know what? Neither one of us are trying to guilt anybody out. But we're trying to say, though, is we're training these little people to have life skills, and sitting at a dinner table, having polite conversation, knowing how to use utensils and eat with their mouth closed is part and parcel of the whole adulting thing.
Every meal is finger food or a sandwich.
Well, sometimes we wish it was, but good luck with soup, It's not going to work.
Unless you're having to drink it through a straw.
Exactly.
Not
exactly.
Good.
You look so good, though, and I'm so proud of you, Marla. I'm just keep telling you that over and over again, but I'm
kind of plateaued, so I need some of that plateau talk.
Plateaus, you know what? You can bust a move on the plateaus easily. You just change it up. So, have you heard of intermittent fasting for
I
women?
have done intermittent fasting.
So one of the clues, one of the things about intermittent fasting with women, especially women at any age, is we can't do it day after day. We need to switch it up. So if we intermittently fast, and that means going 12 hours without eating, 12 to 16, even 18 hours without eating. So that would mean if you had dinner at 6 o'clock at night, you don't eat another thing until 6 o'clock in the morning the next day, or even
I'm
noon if you can
usually
go that
about noon.
far. I know with you, because you're not much of a breakfast person anyway, just a couple of scrambled eggs maybe, but you're not much of a breakfast person. But when we're trying to, move the needle a little bit and get something going, intermittent fasting works great, but don't do it every single day in a row. You need to mix it up. If you keep a pattern going, your body knows what to expect, and your body will say, okay, this is what we're going to do now, and keep the plateau. But if you change it up and shake it up a little bit, all of a sudden your body just doesn't know what to expect, and you just keep
Well, we
dropping.
kind of wrote about
So,
this in Body Clutter when we
yeah,
dealt with changing things up and having our bodies not get used to that same old, same old. So right now, for me, I'm going to do
right.
away with some of the dairy products.
Oh, watch what happens. Do a non-dairy challenge with your body for at least 2 weeks. No dairy. You can do a little ghee. And ghee, all that is clarified butter. And you know that it's like 99% dairy free. The casein and the lactose are pretty much removed. And you can oh my gosh, it's so delicious because your vegetables taste really good and everything tastes great. Even remove the butter for right now and watch what happens, because dairy can be incredibly inflammatory. Remember the picture of me with the
Oh
rosacea?
yeah.
You've got that. It's terrible. And I'm actually doing a webinar tonight where I'm going to explain all of this stuff. And, I've got that pic. That's what I asked you for the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I said when I asked you a few months ago for that picture, because I couldn't find it anywhere. And I've got that picture. I'm out there to show the whole public world of what rosacea looks like. My face was on fire, completely red and scabbed and awful. And in the picture that I showed you, that I was smiling because I was happy because it was clearing up.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
never seen anything
Yeah.
quite like it. Not to mention the fact that you were holed up in your house. You wouldn't even go out
Oh,
because
I
you
know. I
couldn't
wouldn't
put
leave.
anything on it.
Why? I couldn't. I couldn't. I had like all this. I mean, I had everything on my face that you can imagine. I was constantly ordering products, hoping that it was going to fix it, but it wasn't until I dropped the dairy that the rosacea just left. Now, I did go to the dermatologist, and I did. If anybody has this problem, intense pulse light IPL really helps to kind of clear up the rosacea and to get you on the healing path. That helped me a lot. But also, I had to get rid of the dairy. That was the
It's
root
inside
cause.
out. Our faces, our bodies, our skin is just a red flag for what's going on inside our bodies, from everything from skin
Right.
tags to rosacea to pimples, all of it. It's all our skin
Yep.
shows what's going on the inside.
Oh, it is yeah, absolutely. So when my skin is crystal clear, I've been eating right. You know, I've been getting in those vegetables. And right now I'm kind of on a spinach kick. I don't know about you. I love spinach. We've been having a spinach salad at least almost once a day. And my body really likes spinach a lot. It's just responds well. It's a good dark leafy green and easy to
The
digest.
other
Now, I
day,
mean, it has
I
oxalates,
don't
so you
eat
have to be
pasta,
careful.
but I had gone to the doctor and I told Robert, I said, I am craving this pasta carbonara from Olive Garden. And so I
Oh,
ordered it when I left the doctor's office, but I said, I don't want the pasta. And they said, well, what do you want? And I said, I want a bed of spinach. Put the sauce over a bed of spinach. It wilted the sauce.
oh,
It was absolutely wilted the spinach, and it was absolutely
yeah. Oh, I
so.
bet. Now, I have a recipe called hot melt spaghetti. You
Oh
want the
yeah,
recipe? Oh, this will floor you, Marla.
You froze on me. Well, well, well. Maybe it'll come back. Sometimes that happens. She's left us hanging. What are we going to do? We want the recipe. Let me see if I can invite her back. Where's Leanne? I don't know. I've lost her. Let's see if I can get her back. Invite to the podcast. There we go. I'm inviting her back. She's left us hanging. I want this recipe. Okay,
There
what's
I
the
am.
recipe?
Ta-da! Okay, I'm gonna give you the recipe. That was my phone ringing and it disconnected everything.
Sometimes.
Sorry about that. Okay, the recipe is super easy. First of all, use some ground Italian sausage, mild or hot, whatever you like, and just brown it up in the pan with some onion, right? Oh dear, hold on. And I just lost my volume. There we go. Sorry about that. And then you're going to add, just get whatever tomato sauce you want to use or spaghetti sauce you want to use. Look at the label and make sure that you're not getting anything with sugar in it or high fructose corn syrup, etc. You want something with no sugar added, okay? Or you can make it yourself, but I'm going to go the easy way. Then you're going to spiralize some zucchini. Now get this, you can buy it already spiralized. They have it in grocery stores. I've seen it in Safeway. I've seen it, actually, I've even seen it at Costco, if you can believe it. Or I have a veggie bullet, which the veggie bullet people sent me, which I love. And I get these big, I take this beautiful zucchini and put it all the way through. Once I get my ground sausage on the bottom there and some sauce on the bottom, all cooking and steaming away, I'll put that spiralized zucchini right on top of that sauce, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then just cover it and let everything steam. And then when it's all done, I just toss it all together and it's like spaghetti and meatballs, in a meat sauce. It's fantastic. And you can put some Parmesan on top or you skip it, whatever you want, but it is the most delicious, satisfying thing. You feel like you've had a big spaghetti dinner.
Wow. I just bought one of those spiral.
You're going to come to my house and I'm going to make it for you.
I just bought one of those spiral.
I'm making this for you,
sitting on my hot spot in the living room.
We'll remove it from the hot spot and get to spiraling. You know what? Robert will do it. I know Robert. He'll spiralize whatever you want, honey.
It'll be fun. Well, this has been fun. Y'all go check out Dinner Answers. I walk it all through you. I did the voiceover and everything. So.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. Because she shows you the inside of everything and how you use it. So definitely go check it out.
I mean, the drag and drop stuff, wow. That is priceless.
I know. And we all know how to do that.
Okay, everybody.
It is.
Go check it out.
All right. Love you.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe we'll get her back on next week and we can talk about, we love to talk recipes. It's always fun to talk recipes. Well, y'all, I've gone over 15 minutes. This is almost 15 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, everybody, have a good day and figure out what's for dinner so you don't have to go out to eat tonight. It'll save you gas money, it'll save you tip money, and it'll save you eating out money. And, go look at what's in your freezer. That can really save you money if you cook what you got. My granny always said, whenever you throw stuff in the trash can from your refrigerator, you're throwing dollar bills down the garbage. Don't do it. Don't do it. Plan what you're going to cook. Eat what you cook, or put it into little containers for TV dinners for next week, or for somebody to take for lunch. Invest in some nice little bento boxes that you can that won't take up a lot of room in your freezer, and label things. You're going to love it. having leftovers, planned leftovers to take for lunch and to have when you're out of town or whatever is going to make your life so much easier and save you money too. I love you all. We'll see you next week, and keep saluting the flag. Hand over your heart. Talk to you later.